O sie vizimratia vayhi lishua. O sie vizimratia vayhi lishua.
Well, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Oh, you must have had your morning coffee. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you very much. That is our greeting, wishing you a Shabbat filled with God's choicest blessings, most importantly, the blessing of peace and comfort and well-being. And you are in for a beautiful treat this morning as both Jacob and Mattingly will lead us in our Shabbat worship. They will lead us in our prayers and the chanting of Torah and Haftarah. And we look forward to your full participation. In order for you to participate, you will all need a prayer book, and it is the one with the gold flame on the front called the Mishkan Tefillah. And even if you are unfamiliar with our ritual, you can still follow along. There is English and there is transliteration. And for those of you who are comfortable with the Hebrew, we would invite you to do so. Now, before Jacob and Mattingly can take their places here on the bima, they are going to be enwrapped as B'nai Mitzvah, literally enwrapped by the Jewish people that they are now accepting as their own. And the way we do that is with a prayer shawl known as a talit. What makes the prayer shawl most important and a religious item is the strings, or the tzitzit, on the four corners. Each string is knotted some 613 times to represent the 613 commandments in the Torah, all of which both Jacob and Mattingly have memorized. No? Okay. Just checking. So it's a beautiful ceremony. It is the first time that they will be enwrapped, and from this time forward, whenever they come to a religious service on a Shabbat morning or a holiday, they will be enwrapped in these special talitot. And so I am going to ask Mattingly and Jacob to please take your places so that we can enwrap you. Jacob is receiving a beautiful talit as a gift to him. And it's a pleasure to welcome forward his parents to do so. Pardon me? Oh, the gift from your grandmother? Yes, of course. Thank you. And Mattingly, I'd like you to be enwrapped right now with a beautiful gift from your grandparents as they come forward. And though Jacob is wearing a beautiful talit that's presented as a gift, there's also another talit he will be wearing as well, as we talk about from generation to generation, one that is handed down and will be enwrapped upon him when he reads from Torah. But the blessing is exactly the same for any talit one puts on. Please listen carefully. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, Asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, vitzivanu lihit atev b'tzitzit. Amen. And indeed, the generations do enwrap them with parents, a gift from grandparents, both talitot, and now you can give them a hug. Say goodbye. You'll see them soon. And Jacob, right here. Both of you.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Welcome to our Shabbat service at Temple Har Shalom. A special welcome to all of those joining us over our live webcast. In preparation for our service, please take note that the sanctuary is an electronic-free space, and we request that you turn your cell phones to the off position. We have worked long and hard to reach this day, and we are very grateful for your presence. We hope that you will be attentive, considerate, and will fully participate in our worship.
Like the generations before us, we have prepared to take our place as B'nai Mitzvah. Today we participate in our first adult Jewish life cycle event. We are now committed to the mitzvot and the teachings of our tradition. We pray that we may always understand our responsibilities as Jews to show love to our family, kindness to the world around us, and maintain a connection with our people and her land of Israel.
Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehekianu v'kiyamanu v'hegiyanu lezman hazeh. Praised are you, Adonai, our God, creator of the world, who gives us life, sustains us, and enables us to reach this time.
We open up now in our prayer books to page 293 for the morning blessings. And as Mattingly chants each blessing, it is traditional for us to answer her with an Amen.
Should we start? Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who has given the mind the ability to distinguish day from night.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who opens the eyes of the blind.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who frees the captive.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who lifts up the fallen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who stretches the earth over the waters.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who strengthens our steps.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who clothes the naked.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who gives strength to the weary.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who removes sleep from the eyes, slumber from the eyelids.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who made me in the image of God.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who has made me free.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who has made me a Jew.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who girds Israel with strength.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who crowns Israel with splendor.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to engage with words of Torah.
Amen.
Adonai our God, make the words of your Torah sweet to us and to the house of Israel your people, that we and our children may be lovers of your name and students of your Torah. We praise you, O God, teacher of the Torah, to our people of Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, hamlamed Torah le'amei Yisrael.
Our service now continues as we turn in our prayer book to our call to worship, page 313, and I'd ask you all to rise, please.
Yai dai dai, yai dai dai dai, yai dai 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 dai. Baruch hu et Adonai hamivorach. Baruch Adonai hamivorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch Adonai hamivorach
Page 317, we remain standing and read responsively.
O God, inspiration and guide for all, you have spoken in 1,000 tongues for us to hear, in every land and every age. Your children have heard you and imagined you in separate ways. And yet, O God, you are one, unifier of humanity. We give
thanks
For the sages and teachers who bring us understanding of your will. Gratefully we recall the lawgivers and prophets, the psalmists and sages of Israel, and joyfully we remember that from the dawn of Israel's life we would turn to you and find purpose.
May the teachings of our ancestors live on in our minds, and their passion for righteousness stir in our hearts. Help us to live so that our daily conduct reveals the beauty and wisdom of your truth.
Baruch atah Adonai, habocher be'amo Yisrael be'ahava.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kivud Malchuto Leolam Va'ed.
And you may all be seated. That was beautiful. Follow along. That was perfect. You want to be on the box or come?
I'm good.
Okay. Page 319.
ואהבת אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברתם בם בשבתך בביתך ובעבדך בדרך יושבך ובקומך, ושרתם מאוד על ידיך, והיו התותפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Page 321.
Sing the song of men and women, joined in understanding and respect, the song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come. The song of a land once ravaged by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home to leave no more, the song of a world redeemed, the song of peace.
מי כמוך באים באדוני, מי כמוך נידור בקודש, נורות הילות הוסיפלה, נורות הילות הוסיפלה, שירו חדשה שמחו גאולים, לשמך על שפת הים, יחד כולם הודו, הודו והמליכו ואמרו, יא פאפה בים בים בם, יא פאפה בים בם, יא פאפה בים בים בם, יא פאפה בים בם, איי 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 איי, יא פאפה בים בם, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד.
The central prayer to our worship is found in the beginning of page 323. It is a prayer known as Tefillah, the prayer. And so important is it that we remain standing through its entirety. It will take us through page 328. I'd invite everyone to rise, please.
Adonai sifatai tiftachu fi tehilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, Elohei Avotinu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el HaGadol HaGibor v'Hanora, Il Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei HaKol, V'Zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imaot, U'Mevin Geula Livnei V'neihem, Lema'an Shema ve'Ahava, Melech Ozer, Moshiach u'Magein, Baruch atah Adonai, Magin Avraham v'Ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol Torah v'Hoshea, Morit HaTov, Mechalkel Chaim b'Chesed, Mechayeh HaKol b'Rachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim v'Rofei Cholim, U'Moitir Asurim, Umkayehim emunato, B'Shei Afar, Michamocha Ba'al Gevurot, U'Mito Melach, Melech Memit U'Mechayeh, U'Matzmiach Yeshua, B'nei Manatah L'Chayot HaKol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol.
We are on 326.
Nikadesh Shimcha ba'olam, Kishem Shvat Yishimu Tov Yishmarom, Kakal Tov Aliyah Nevi'echa, V'Parazeh Zevi Amar, Kadosh, 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 Adonai Tzivaot, Lo chol haaretz kivodo. Adirinu Adonai, Adonai namatir shimcha bechol haaretz, Baruch kivod Adonai mimchomo. Echad hu Eloheinu, hu Avinu hu Malkeinu, hu Moshiach v'hu Yashvenu, v'rachamav v'hinei kol chai. ושבחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני הקדוש.
To all generations we will make known your greatness, and to all eternity proclaim your holiness. Your praise, O God, shall never depart from our lips. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh.
Blessed are you, Adonai,
the holy God.
God. You may be seated. We are turning to our prayer of thanksgiving, which is found on page 331.
Modim anachnu la, shata hu Adonai Eloheinu, v'lohei avotenu, v'imotenu le'olam va'ed, sor chayenu magen yishenu, atah hu ledor vador. Nodeh lecha unsaper tehilotecha, al chayenu hamsurim ba'adecha, v'al nishmotenu hapidot la, v'al nisecha shebechol yom imanu, v'al niflotecha v'tovotecha shebechol erev v'avoker v'socharaim hatov. Ki lo chalu rachamecha v'hamrachem, ki lo tamu chasadecha me'olam kivinu lach. V'al kulo yitbarak v'yiroma shimcha malkeinu tamid le'olam va'ed. V'chol chachayim yoldocha selah v'halalu et shimcha be'emet. Ha'el Yeshuatenu ve'ezratenu selach, Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha l'cha na'eh l'hodo.
We continue with Sim Shalom on the top of page 334. Please join me if you know the melody, and even if you don't, you can join along on Yai Dai Dai or whatever works for you.
Sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, tova veracha. Yadadadai, dai, 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 yadadadai, dai, 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 yadadadai, dai, 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 sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, tova uveracha.
I'd ask you to please turn to page 336 and let us all read together. We sit in community, elbow to elbow, eye to eye, so close perhaps we brush against each other as we move in prayer. Ears filled with the voices of friends, teachers, and fellow travelers who pray with us from the next seat, from across the room. We come to silence, rhythm of words, shared melody, hushed. Connected first, one to all, we now let go. To be alone with the Holy One, to speak in mind and heart and soul, but not with lips. The prayers we weave together cannot replace that private conversation. God, our partner, awaits us, one by one, a miracle. And indeed, we've come to that time in our service where we leave the written word of the prayer book and instead turn our attentions to the own thoughts of our hearts and our minds. We are reminded that we are given 6 days a week to do our work, to face our challenges, and to help create a better world. Such is true, our tradition tells us, for God. Everyone deserves a day off. So Shabbat is not about asking for, bargaining with, or making excuses for. Rather, Shabbat is simply, truly, the fulfillment of 2 important words. Thank you. At least once a week, we must pause and say thank you for the blessings we are given. If we are healthy and we survived and lived and enjoyed another week, thank you. If we had food to fill our stomachs, and if we were comfortable in a home or homes, how grateful we must be, because so much of the world is hungry and homeless. If our issue today was what to wear rather than what do I have to wear, that's a very different scenario. And Shabbat reminds us that it is a time to look at what we have, not what we lack, to be appreciative and to spend a few moments looking around and realizing how very fortunate we are to be sharing this morning and this time together with two very special young people who have found priorities in their lives that could be and are probably very different than our own, and are setting an incredible example for all of us what it means to put time and effort into something that's so important to you and your families. So let's pause for a few moments of gratitude for the ability to be here today to share and to celebrate, and for the ultimate gift of life.
Oh, say shalom, shalom bimromav. Yaseh shalom. Yaseh shalom. Shalom aleinu. V'al kol Yisrael. V'meru amin. Oh, say shalom, shalom bimromav. Yaseh shalom.
Well, the highlight of any Shabbat service is when we take the Torah from the ark, pass it generation to generation, and then allow Jacob and Mattingly to carry the Torah through the congregation, allowing others to accept it as they themselves are accepting the full weight of their wonderful and beautiful traditions and teachings. So we turn to page 364. To open the ark doors, it's a pleasure to welcome forward the Reinhardt family, aunt, uncle, and the cousins to come forward. I'm going to invite parents and grandparents to come forward, and Mattingly and Jacob to please take your places so we may pass the Torah, and I'd ask you all to rise, please. Be seated. Shalom, everyone. Shabbat Shalom. For those of you who may be visiting Temple Har Shalom for the first time, it is our custom to come down into the congregation for two very important reasons. The most important, it gives Jacob and Mattingly a moment to catch their breath, to look around, and to appreciate all of you who have come to celebrate with them today. And the second important reason is because while they're fulfilling multiple mitzvot, we also have a mitzvah, a command to fulfill, and that is to glean a lesson from the Torah portion that we can give to the two of you. Because not only are the two of you going to chant Torah and Haftarah, which comes from the prophets, but they are also going to be teachers. Each one of them has prepared a lesson to teach us, to take with us from this day forward. But they deserve a lesson as well. So the two of them, though they are very different and unusual individuals with different likes and dislikes and a different social circle, have come together to share this day, and truly, for those of us sharing the bima with them, to have lots of fun. Because we truly are, and I know your parents are going to find this hard to believe, enjoying what we're doing. And that is a real treat. What also makes it so important is to show that people do not have to be exactly alike to enjoy each other and bring out each other's strengths. Because that's exactly what Mattingly and Jacob are doing today. They are bringing out each other's strengths and pushing each other along, which is making it a very special partnership. But they each came here with some very special gifts, and the most important gifts of all are their families and the traditions and the multiple heritages that have brought them to this point. And that is symbolic in the talitot that they are wearing, the one that Jacob will soon change to, which belonged to his great-great-grandfather. Did I get too many greats? Too many greats. One great, but he was really great, right? Okay, good. And that is really quite extraordinary. And for Mattingly, I must point out, Mattingly, that your Mima made all of your kippot. And that truly is quite a beautiful tribute to the importance of tradition and what is handed down, L'Dor Vador. So what is the Torah portion of today? I'll give you a hint. It's the longest name of any portion in the Torah. And these two lucked out to get that. It is known as Baha'alotecha, And it is the portion where the Israelites start their wanderings. And indeed, for the two of you, it's much like your new wanderings into the teenage years and beyond. We will learn from the Israelites that it is not always a smooth journey. In fact, the Israelites are a pretty complaining people. They have been living in the Sinai and are about to start this 38-year march to the Promised Land. And the vast majority of their time is spent, well, perhaps what teens spend doing in general, complaining about their elders, about the rules in the house, and all that is expected of them. But we learn that with guidance, patience, and forbearance, they will eventually make it to the Promised Land. Jacob Mattingly, this is the start of your journey. This is not yet the Promised Land. You are just accepting for yourselves traditions and learnings and skills that will now, God willing, take you forward into a very long and healthy life that we pray will be filled with blessing. And yet, for those of us who have been through the journey and continue the journey, we realize that there will be many challenges along the way. And our greatest hope is that you'll remember that you're never alone in those challenges, that you have a loving family, that you have a very important tradition, faith, and community that is always here to walk along with you. So I hope you will remember that you are never, ever alone. Now, Jacob, you've had a brother that has set the way for you, and yet you're choosing your own journey. And Mattingly, you are setting it for both Jonah, and Tegan. And that is an awesome responsibility. What I wanted to highlight today was really, not only the importance of their name, the importance of their Torah portion, but the two names that are coming together today. They're Hebrew names. In Mattingly's Hebrew name, it's the word Ahava. And in Jacob's Hebrew name, it's Chaim, or Chaim. Ahava means love. Chaim, as in L'chaim, means life. For me, there is no better prayer or blessing in the world than hoping that love and the personality that goes with it, and Chaim, a joy of life and a deep appreciation for who you are and where you come from, will fill their lives and fill ours for many years to come. Our world is in need of both desperately: a love of fellow human beings and the appreciation of life, not to take it for granted. So we are grateful to both Stacy and Jeff for bringing us yet another very special son. And thank you very much, Kyle and Eric, for bringing us the first. And God willing, the others that are yet to follow. May all of your lives, as well as ours, be filled with the joy of Ahava and Chaim. Amen.
So right now? Yeah. Should I start now?
Not yet.
Oh, yeah.
Let me get my paper.
Okay.
If you'd like to follow along in this morning's Torah portion, you can do so by turning to page 1082, beginning with verse 15, in the other large blue book, the other one that says the Torah. 1082.
Before Mattingly chants from Torah, there are those who are going to bless the Torah with an aliyah, and it's a pleasure for the first aliyah to welcome forward her uncle Benjamin. Thank you.
Baruch Hu Adonai Hamborach.
Baruch Adonai Hamarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten ha'Torah.
Amen.
Amen. Uvyom hakim et hamishkan kisa he'anan et hamishkan le'oel ha'edut uva erev yeh al hamishkan kimar eish ad boker kain yeh tamid he'anan yachasenu umar eish laila.
Blessing after.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'hei olam nata b'tochinu. Baruch Atah Adonai noten ha'Torah.
Amen. We'll give her a hug and come on over. Stay right here with us. Our second aliyah, it's a pleasure to welcome forward your grandparents, Shelley and Linda.
Baruch Hu Adonai Hamborach.
Baruch Adonai Hamarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamborach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten ha'Torah.
Amen.
Amen. Ulfi he'alot he'anan me'al ha'oel ve'ahorein yisu b'nei Yisrael uvimkom asher yishkan sham he'anan sham yachanu b'nei Yisrael al pi Adonai yisu b'nei Yisrael ve'al pi Adonai Yachanu kol yemei asher yishkon he'anan al hamishkan yachanu.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'hayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch Atah Adonai noten ha'Torah.
Amen. We'll give her a hug and come on over. Thank you so much. Stay with us right here.
Where am I starting?
And it is a pleasure to welcome forward for the third aliyah your parents, Eric and Kyle.
Baruch Hu Adonai Hamborach.
Baruch Adonai Hamarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Something funny? Baruch Adonai Hamborach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten ha'Torah.
Amen.
Amen. Uvha'arich he'anan al hamishkan yamim rabim v'shamru b'nei Yisrael et mishmeret Adonai v'lo yisa'u v'yesh asher yeh he'anan yamim mispar al hamishkan al pi Adonai Yachanu ve'al pi Adonai Yisa'u.
Right there. Blessing after.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch Atah Adonai noten ha'Torah.
Amen. Give him a hug, please. What a treat. It is.
Ta'amud Miriam Ahava bat Avraham v'Nava Aviva lichvod haTorah habat mitzvah.
Baruch hu et Adonai hamvorah.
Baruch Adonai Hamarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai hamvorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bahar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
Amen.
Vayesh asher yeh ha'anan me'erev ad boker v'na'ala ha'anan baboker v'nasa'u o yomam v'layla v'na'ala ha'anan yachanu. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam nata b'toheinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
Amen. That was awesome. Your dad's going to offer you a blessing. Let me just roll this. I'll leave this here. Just offer her a blessing. Whatever you wish, whatever you wish.
Okay. I got nervous because they said it was a blessing. So I'm Eric. I'm Mattingly's dad, and I quickly want to say I walked into Mattingly's room, actually into our room, because now she's camping out in there. She's on her cell phone sitting on our bed. This was a week ago. And I asked Mattingly, I said, so your bat mitzvah's coming up. Now what? What are you going to do? And she wouldn't take her face out of her phone. She just had it hanging out there. So I finally had to just scream at her so she would look at me. Eventually she looks at me and she says, I'm going to go to Hebrew high school. And I was dumbfounded. I was absolutely shocked that she said that. I'm still shocked. And I asked her, why do you want to do that? Why do you want to go to Hebrew high school? And she said, well, Daddy, I really like the stories and I like hanging out with my friends. So as long as my friends are going, I'm going to Hebrew high school. And, you know, I think it certainly speaks to Mattingly. She lives life to the fullest. But when I think about her, I'm a bit confused as to how she became so connected to the Jewish religion, because I don't think that Kyle or I did anything in particular to raise her this way, but she really has a strong connection. I've never had to push Mattingly to go to temple. She's always happy to go on the high holy days. She goes to Hebrew school without putting up any fight. She truly is passionate about it. So when I think about it, it really comes down to Kyle. Because some of you may not be aware, Kyle converted to Judaism. She went through the Mikvah process, which was a 9-month process. And in the Jewish religion, you are what the mom is. So it was very important to Kyle that she get converted before Mattingly was born, so that none of our children would have to go through the conversion process. And it came down to the wire. So Kyle was, the mikvah process, you know, they put you in water and they do a blessing over you, and she was extremely buoyant at that point. She had about 2 weeks to go, and then Mattingly was born. And I attribute her connection to the fact that Kyle went through this process. I give Kyle a lot of credit for converting on behalf of our family. I certainly didn't push that. And I give Mattingly a lot of credit for being who she is, for being connected to the temple. You know, they always, Oscar Wilde said, be yourself, everybody else is taken. And Mattingly certainly is that. And she certainly embodies L'chaim, because she lives life to the fullest, as her friends in the back know. So I love you, Mattingly. I'm very proud of you. You did a great job today.
Thank you.
You get your forehead.
As we call Jacob forward to the Torah, for him to now chant his portions, We are going to overlay this beautiful gift of the talit from his grandparents with another very special talit that has traveled and come from parent to grandparent, then to child and grandchild. It was Jeff's maternal grandfather, Irving Rosenberg, and I know that, Sam, you wore this when you became a bar mitzvah just a few short years ago. And now the next generation will wear it, and God willing, many more after that. And before Jacob chants, there are those who are going to bless, and what an honor it is to call forward his 4 grandparents, Abraham and Susan Meltzer, together with Michael and Marion Glanz. You're all going to go over. That's fine. Come around. Perfect. Okay, we're ready.
Baruch Adonai HaMavorach.
Baruch Adonai HaBarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMavorach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch
Baruch
Atah.
Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher b'charbanu mikol hamim, v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai, notein haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Vadaber Adonai Moshe Lemor Aseh Lecha Shtei Hatzro Kesed Misha Taseh Otam V'hayu Leha Mikra Ha'ida Masa Et HaMechanot V'taku Balchen V'no'adu Eleha Kol Ha'ida El Peta Ochel Mo'ed.
Blessing after.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emes, v'chayei olam nata b'tofenu. Baruch atah Adonai, notein haTorah.
Amen. Well, give them a hug. They tried hard. And they did a beautiful job. Mazel tov. Stay right here with us. And now it is always an honor to welcome back to the Bema one that stood here just a few years ago. Samuel, come forward, please.
Baruch Adonai HaBarach.
Baruch Adonai HaBarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaBarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher b'char banu mikol ha'amin, natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai notein haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. V'im be'ahat yizka'u v'no'adu eleha hamzi'im rashei alfei Israel yidkatem teruah v'nas'u chamchanot chachonim kedma yidkatem teruah shinit v'nas'u chamchanot chachonim temana teruah yidkeu lema'asechem.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tikenu. Baruch atah Adonai notein haTorah.
Amen. Well, you want to congratulate your brother? Absolutely. Sam, you're going to come right here. And now what a joy it is to welcome forward your parents, Jeff and Stacy.
Baruch et Adonai HaBarach,
Baruch Adonai Habarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol hamim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Uvhakil et hakahal titkeu v'lo tariu, uvnei aharon hakohanim yitkeu b'chatzot v'hayu lachem v'hoka olam l'dorotechem v'chitavo'u milchama b'artem al hatzar hatzarer ethem v'hareotem b'chatzot v'niskartem lifnei Adonai Elohechem v'noshatem oivechem.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Look at my hug, please. Well, now the honor of calling Jacob to the Torah officially as a bar mitzvah always goes to the one that came before him. So Sam is going to call him forward.
Yamod Haim Eliyahu ben Sina b'Shifra Likvod HaTorah HaBar Mitzvah.
Baruch Adonai Habarach.
Baruch Adonai Habarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Habarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Uvyom simchatchem u'moedechem, uvrashei chadshechem, yizkavtem b'chatzot olotechem ve'al zichei shomechem, v'hayu lachem v'zikaron lifnei Elohechem, ani Adonai Elohechem. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Mazel tov, Jacob. Okay, Senior, release. Excuse me, one second. Just gonna roll the tone. Come over here so everyone can hear you.
Okay. Jacob, we want to let you know how extremely proud we are of you and all the time and effort you spent in preparing for this day, as well as the impressive young man you have become. Your bar mitzvah is a milestone which signals your transition from a child to an adult. With your Jewish education, you now have all the tools to make Judaism a real part of your life. Not only have you learned to read Hebrew, but you've also learned many different customs and practices that you can continue to utilize as you become an adult. Whether it's a Shabbat dinner, celebrating different holidays, or joining a Jewish youth group, you are the man, and we hope that you will utilize your new skills and talents to the fullest. As you move forward, we both wanted to share some hopes for your future and some words of advice. First, you've always been enthusiastic about learning new things. You may remember when you first started playing Little League, there was one time you went up to bat on the left-handed side of the batter's box. The coach thought you were on the wrong side, but you turned and said, "No, I'm a switch hitter. I can hit lefty also." Keep being a switch hitter in life and continue to explore different areas that interest you. Second, as you progress, you will often have to make difficult decisions. Don't hesitate to take a chance, whether you're defending a penalty kick in soccer or skiing down a black diamond trail. Sometimes you just have to trust your instincts and go for it. Third, as you grow and gain independence, we hope you will maintain a strong bond with your family and friends. They will be the ones you rely on for help and support as you move forward. Finally, realize that life brings many ups and downs, not necessarily in the same order. We hope you will have the courage and creativity to problem solve, and that you will have the inner strength and confidence to tackle life's many challenges. Your Torah portion, Bahalotecha, teaches that we should be thankful for what we have. We have been blessed to have such a great son, and we can't wait to see what the future has in store for you. We know you will shine. Mazel tov.
We have to lift and dress the Torah first. Okay, good. It is now time for us to lift and dress the Torah. I'm going to ask everyone to please rise as I welcome forward Jacob's Uncle Franklin and Aunt Karen, and please remain standing.
Please be seated. Our Torah service continues with the chanting of the Haftarah, the additional and prophetic portion read on all Shabbatot and holidays. This morning's Haftarah comes from the prophet Zechariah. It can be found on page 1259.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar b'nviim tovim v'ratzah v'divreihem hane'emarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai habacher b'torah Moshe avdo Yisrael amo v'nviim ha'emet v'tzedek. Rani v'simchi b'tzion ki hineni va v'shachanti v'tochei ne'um Adonai v'nevu goyim rabim al Adonai bayom hahu v'hayu li la'am v'shachanti v'tochei v'yadat ki l'neseva'ot shalachani elai v'nachal Adonai et Yehuda Halko al Admat HaKodesh V'charod B'Rishalayim Haskol Basart Mibnei Adonai Kineor Mim Kocho Vayreini et Yehoshua HaKehin HaGadol Omeid Lifnei Malach Adonai V'Hasatan Od Al Yemino, Vesitno, Vayomer Adonai, El Hasatan, Yigar Adonai, Becha Hasatan, Yigar Adonai, Becha Habacher, Berishalayim, Hawozeh, Mitzal Me'esh.
Vayashav hamalach hadover bi va'ireini keish asher ye'or mishnah tov vayomer elai ma'ata ro'er va'amar ra'iti ve'inei menorah zahav kula v'gula al rosha v'shiv'a neroteha aleha shiv'a mutzakot lanirot asher al roshav u'shnayim zeitin aleha echad memin agola echad al asmola Van ve'amar al hamala hadover bi lemor ma'ele adoni vayan hamala hadover bi vayomer elai halot yadata mahema ele lemor lo Adonai Vayan vayomer elai lemor zev devar Adonai El Zerubbabel lemor lo v'chayil v'lo v'choa ki imbrohim amar ziva'ot Me'eta har hagadol Lifnei Zerubbabel Lemishor Zivosei Et ha'even havosh Tishuot Chen la Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech haolam Sor kol halamim Sadik b'chol hadarot Ha'el ha'ne'eman Ha'omer ve'osei Hamdaber umkayeh Shechol Deborah Evet Batzedek Al HaTorah Ve'al Havodah Ve'al Hanvi'im Vayom HaShabbat Hazeh Shenatan Lanu Adonai Eloheinu Likdusha V'limnuha L'chavod Ultifaret Al HaKol Adonai Eloheinu Anachnu Modim La Yitbarak Shimha V'fi Kol Hai Tamid le'olam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat.
It is now time for us to return the Torah to the ark and to open the ark doors. It's a pleasure to welcome forward the Weiss-Holtz family, aunt, uncle, cousins, and of course grandmother Diane Carlos. Please rise. Thank you very much. And you may all be seated.
Okay. I remembered Mazel Tov to Jacob. That's fine.
It is now time for Mattingly and Jacob to be our teachers, and so they are going to do that as they share together their thoughts on today's Torah portion.
Shabbat Shalom. First of all, I would like to say thank you to Cantor Berman and Rabbi Nuzinski for teaching me all I need to know. Then I would like to thank my friends and family for supporting me and giving me the confidence I have to be here today. My Torah portion is about life frustrations. We get angry all the time for the littlest things when really we have nothing to be angry about compared to other people. While you're getting frustrated over maybe the latest video game, some are getting angry or frustrated over not having enough food to eat. My Torah portion can help you see how lucky you really are. The Jewish people had to walk for days and years, which was an incredibly large task, but they did it with pride and strength and proved their respect and tolerance, just as Jacob and I did today. From day one, I have been incredibly interested in my Jewish heritage. My family history, Hebrew school, and friends have helped me realize what kind of Jewish person and adult I want to be and grow up to be. I want to continue the learning and learn more about my heritage and my history. I want to raise my children Jewish, and I want to influence others to take pride in who they are as well. I want to be a role model to my siblings, who obviously do not enjoy Hebrew as much as I do, but will still be raised the same way as I was. For my mitzvah project, I would like to work with Israelis' guide dogs over the summer. Why? Not just for the cuteness, but because like my Torah portion, these dogs help with people's life frustrations, like a blind person, for example, and can make a big difference just as I would like to do. When I grow up to be a parent, I would like to continue Jewish teaching in my family. Being Jewish is important to me because Jews are just now starting to regain population. It is important to keep the Jewish teaching alive. It is important to me that we do not just forget about what happened in the past and that we continue to change our world for the better, like studying the Holocaust and learning more about it, and we can eliminate suffering. A Jewish education has made me who I am and has defined me as a person. The effort I put into learning about my Torah portion, learning my prayers, and more can show you what my religion has made me be and what I hope to be in the future. I hope to make many more accomplishments as a Jewish woman in the future. My family, from places as far as Europe and more, have given me the hope to believe in myself. Lastly, I would like to share my blessing for you. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. May you continue to realize life frustrations and get through them triumphantly. I would also like to congratulate Jacob Meltzer for doing almost as well as I did. Thank you. I'm sorry.
It was adorable. I don't. I think you should.
No, I'm good.
No, you're good with that.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
First of all, I would like to thank all of you for sharing this special milestone in my life with me. I would especially like to thank Rabbi Nuzinski and Cantor Berman for helping me through every step of my Jewish education. I would also like to thank my parents because they have always been there for me no matter what, through all the ups and downs, and for teaching me how if you strive to accomplish something, you could achieve anything. I would also like to thank my brother Sam for his support and encouragement along the way. The word bar mitzvah translates to son of commandment. I am becoming a bar mitzvah to carry on my family's Jewish identity from generation to generation. My Torah portion, B'Chalawotecha, located in the book of Numbers, takes place during the Israelites' long 40-year journey through the desert. Although the Israelites had the necessities to survive, they still complained to Moses and wanted more than they really needed. Moses quickly became very frustrated with the complaints for more food, water, and supplies, even though they had plenty. Moses persisted and commanded that the Israelites stop complaining and be thankful for what they had. This commandment is easily applicable to the world today. Today, few people are content with what they have. Even though we have the necessities in life, we still ask for more. However, we should recognize and appreciate what we have, such as plenty of food, water, and places to live. We are very fortunate to have these necessities. In addition, there are many people who do not have access to basic medical care. Others have disabilities and need assistance with daily tasks. Instead of constantly increasing our material possessions, such as designer clothes or the latest phone, we should realize that many people in the world are struggling to have the basic necessities in life. If we all pitched in a little bit and helped out, we can make a huge difference in people's lives. For my Mitzvah project, I volunteered in an organization called Top Soccer, the outreach program for soccer, located in Warren, New Jersey. The main goal of Top Soccer is to help kids with special needs play soccer. Volunteering for this organization as a buddy really impacted me. I primarily helped a set of twin girls. One had cerebral palsy and was in a walker, and the other one had autism. My favorite memory was when I taught them both how to do a throw-in without them even realizing it. After we finished, I told them what they just accomplished, and they were amazed. Bringing joy to these kids really made me feel that I was making a difference in their lives by helping them enjoy a sport that many other kids enjoy as well. I hope to continue volunteering at Top Soccer and at many other organizations similar to it in the future. 2 years ago, shortly after Sam's bar mitzvah, we went on a family trip to Israel. Among the many sites, the Holocaust Museum, Yad Vashem, impacted me the most. I never thought that something so atrocious like the Holocaust could actually happen. What I'll always remember is the dark room filled with candles honoring the children who died. After this experience, I became more informed about the Holocaust. This year in school, for my language arts class, I wrote an informational essay about the Holocaust. This opened my eyes and helped me realize how important it is to keep my Jewish identity and never hide it, and to protect our right to religious freedom. Now that I've become a bar mitzvah, I hope to support and help organizations that fight anti-Semitism. Once again, I would like to thank all of you for sharing this special milestone with me, and also congratulate Mattingly and her family as well. In conclusion, I would like to offer the following blessing. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam. May God give us the strength and ability to help others in need and appreciate what we have when there are many others who are less fortunate.
Well, I can honestly say, first of all, Mazel Tov. And number two, I can tell you that each and every morning when we ascend, the cantor and I, the bima, we think we know what we're in for. But in truth, there are always incredible surprises that fill our hearts and bring smiles to our faces. The sense of humor, the pride, the joy, and the depth of the messages that these young people have shared with us are an important reminder that we as adults can learn far more from our children than we can ever teach them. I am touched by both of your devotion and remembrance of our past, particularly, Jacob, when you talked about your visit to the Holocaust Memorial and the Children's Museum, which are flickering flames. And as you walk through that darkened corridor, and anyone who has been there can picture it, those flames twinkle with the 1.5 million pictures and names of the children who didn't have the ability to do what the two of you just did. And Mattingly, your ability to talk about the fact that your Judaism doesn't just sit with you, but that you plan to pass it l'dor vador onto the next generation, truly fulfills the words of the Torah portion today, which is the book of Numbers. And it's not about how many we can count among us, but who we can count on. And truthfully, we can count on you. And Jacob, we can count on you. You will receive many gifts today, including from your congregation. But I want you to know that the greatest gifts you have given to us. And I want to thank you both very, very much. So on behalf of your congregation, we are bestowing upon you an entire bag full of gifts and your certificate, a Kiddush cup to help you take you through every Shabbat and holiday, a book on morals and ethics of the Jewish people, which I know will continue to guide you, a gift certificate for perhaps, Jacob, another trip to Israel, and Mattingly, we hope you're first, and certainly an Israel bond to show your connection with the land and her people. So to all of you, we are grateful that you are here to witness and to celebrate such an extraordinary morning. And if I must say, you both did exceptionally well. No one better than the other. It is time for us to conclude our service, so we're going to move to our prayer books, page 586. And to open the ark doors for the Aleinu, it's a pleasure to welcome forward Jacob's great-uncle Joel, great-uncle Leonard, great-aunt Shirley, and cousin Ellen. And I'd ask everyone to rise, please.
Sorry, I can't. Aleinu l'shabbat l'adon hakol, l'atenu l'atenu reshit, shemo hasadoim aratzot, v'lo samanu k'mishpachot adama, shelo samchenu kahem, v'gor aleinu ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו
May God bless you and keep you. May God shine upon you and be gracious to you. May God grant you a long life filled with spiritual, mental, and physical well-being, as we all say. Amen. I do ask that you please remain standing, for at this time, as we do each and every time we come together as a community, we remember those who are no longer physically present, but who are very much alive within our hearts and within our memories. Especially on Shabbat, we remember those who died at this season in years past, as we remember Lester Edwin, Ruth Friss, Elsie Greenberg, Jonathan Lader, Michael Ludwig, Gilbert McPeters, Vera Silbert, Hilda Weinberg, and James Weinberg. We remember two who have been taken from our midst in recent days, Stephen Lewis Hirsch and Rabbi Aaron Penkin. And always on Shabbat, we remember those members of the families, extended members, great-grandparents, great-aunt, cousin, all of whom, both Mattingly and Jacob, stand upon their shoulders today, and we remember them with reverence and with love. And indeed, always, As a community and as a people, we remember those of the Israel Defense Forces and the American Armed Forces who have given their lives in defense of the land of Israel and our great nation of the United States. And always we stand together as a community remembering all those millions who have no one left to remember them. Page 598, we recite the Kaddish prayer. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, v'yamad yivrach kirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'hayehon v'yomechon v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, v'agalav v'zman kariv v'yimeru amen, Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam amei amaya, Yitbarak v'yishtabak v'yitpa'ar v'yitraman v'yitnaseh, V'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei d'kudashah b'rechu, Elamim kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechamata, damiran v'yalma v'yimeru amen, Yehei shlama rabba mim shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimeru amen, oseh shalom b'mramav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimeru amen. We pray that the source of peace will send peace to all who mourn and comfort all the bereaved among us as we all say, Amen. Amen. And you may be seated. Once again, on behalf of all of us here at Temple Har Shalom, our heartfelt best wishes go out to Jacob and Mattingly, to you, their family and friends and extended family. We hope there'll be many more happy Jewish occasions in your life that will bring you back to Temple Har Shalom. And now we're about, as we have welcomed you, to send you off, and as the kids would like to say, get this party started. So in order to do that, we are going to bless the Shabbat wine and the challah, and there are many coming up to do that. So I am going to ask Jacob and Mattingly to please stand in the middle of the bima. Each of you hold a Kiddush cup. Don't do a thing yet, because it's time to welcome forward all of the cousins and the siblings and all those who are coming up for the great honor. So, cousin Sam, come on back. Jonah and Tegan, come on up. Bring all your cousins.
This way, bud. Over here.
And we're also going to welcome forward Daniel and Alec, Daniela and Brighton, Riley, Sadie, Reuben, Rebecca, and Jesse to come on up.
Looks like we're emptying the congregation, Rabbi.
Yes, we are.
All right, please join me, guys. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Amen.
And before we start eating, I hope Ben and Jessica, Archer, and Shepherd are here with us as well. Yes, here and accounted for? Okay.
Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lachem min haaretz b'tei avon.
And they are about to break apart and demolish a chocolate chip challah baked right here in our Need to Feed kitchen. So pull it apart, everyone.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Mazel tov.
Shabbat shalom, everyone. Please feel free to get up out of your seats and wish each other a Shabbat shalom.